calculations and political maneuvering, the Mahanta Thakur-led faction of Janata Samajwadi Party has joined the incumbent government. Caretaker Prime Minister Oli has expanded the cabinet, adding 10 lawmakers from Janata Samajwadi to the government. However, for the general public, the Premier's political gambits could not be more ill-timed as the country continues to reel under COVID-19 pandemic. Good morning, I am Bipashna Tamang and these are the headlines of the hour. Caretaker Prime Minister Oli reshuffles cabinet with 3 deputy prime ministers. 10 lawmakers from Janata Samajwadi including Mahato inducted in the cabinet. 101 COVID patients succumbed to the virus yesterday. Over 4,600 test positive while over 8,000 register full recovery. Facebook suspends former US President Donald Trump's Facebook and Instagram accounts for 2 years. And Serena Williams, bidding for her 24th Grand Slam title, makes her way into the French Open 4th round. The caretaker Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has expanded the cabinet. 10 leaders from the Mahanta Thakur faction of Janata Samajwadi Party have been given ministerial portfolios, while Rajendra Mahato has been appointed as Deputy Prime Minister. Meanwhile, 10 ministers from CPN-UML, including Deputy Prime Minister Ishwar Pokhrel, have been relieved from their posts. Premier Oli has promoted Finance Minister Bishnu Paudel to Deputy Prime Minister, while Raghuveer Mahaset too has been given the post of Deputy Prime Minister. Mahaset has also been appointed as the Foreign Minister. Rajendra Mahato of Janata Samajwadi Party has also been assigned a Ministry of Urban Development. CPN-UML leader Sher Bahadur Tamang has been appointed Health Minister. Prime Minister Oli has kept 7 ministries, including Defence and Home Ministry, for CPN-UML, while 3 ministries have been given continuity. Basanta Nimwang will continue to look after physical infrastructure, Krishna Gopal Trust Education and Leela Nath Trust Ministry of Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs. Leaders from Janata Samajwadi Party's Thakur faction received 8 ministerial positions and 2 state ministers. Sarath Singh Bhandari has been appointed Minister for Energy, Anil Jha Drinking Water, Bimal Srivastav Labour and Employment, Uma Shankar Argaria Forest, Lakshman Lal Karnak Land Management, Iqbal Mia Sports and Chanda Chaudhary Ministry of Women. Renuka Gurung and Chandra Kanta Chaudhary have been appointed state ministers. Meanwhile, Deputy Prime Minister Ishwar Pokhrel, Pradeep Gyawali, Padma Aryal, Prem Ali Magar, Parvat Gurung, Bhanubhakta Rakal, Shivamaya Tumbahamfe, Ganesh Thagunna, Julie Kumari Mahato and Hriday Tripathi have been relieved from their ministerial posts. All these leaders have completed 2 years tenure. Prime Minister Oli is to appoint more ministers through remaining and vacant ministries in a few days. Prime Minister Oli had held a meeting with leader Ram Bahadur Thapa earlier yesterday. The former CPN Maoist leader who defected to CPN-UML had suggested the Premier not to shuffle the cabinet, saying that the case of a dissolution of House of Representatives was still in consideration at the Supreme Court. The country continues to reel under the COVID-19 crisis as 101 individuals succumbed to the infection, while 4,624 individuals tested positive for coronavirus yesterday. The latest deaths have taken the COVID-19 casualty tally to 7,731 in the country. Meanwhile, 8,663 patients registered full recovery, taking the recovery tally to 476,130. The recovery rate now stands at 81.9%. According to the Health Ministry, 18,182 tests through the PCR method were conducted yesterday. There are 97,699 active cases in the country, while Kathmandu alone reported 13,967 active cases, 4,048 in Lalitpur and 5,609 in Kantipur district. As of the latest update, 755 individuals are in various quarantine centers. The COVID-19 infection tally in the country has now reached 581,560. It's been over a month since prohibitory orders were imposed in Kathmandu Valley. Apart from daily wage workers, middle-income families have been hard hit by the slack economy. While the government has barred general public from any movement, it has no plans to provide relief to those who are struggling to make ends meet. We have more in this report.
While addressing various public programs, Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli repeatedly claimed no member of the general public would have to go hungry regardless of any situation. The Premier has frequently committed to fending for those who are deprived of basic needs. The Premier, however, is yet to address the plight of daily wage workers and underprivileged citizens who have struggled to make ends meet amid the ongoing pandemic and prohibitory order. The country has been under prohibitory orders since 29th of April. Trade businesses and industries have remained shut, and the government has failed to introduce relief packages to ease the life of the general public that have been hit hard by the pandemic. According to the Central Bureau of Statistics, there are around 1.6 million daily wage workers in the country. The department says one daily wage worker is responsible for supporting 5 family members. The government, meanwhile, lacks a record of workers who lost their jobs during the pandemic. Critics have taken the government's indifference towards this group as disrespect to citizens. The government's insignificant efforts have added to the plight of the public amid the ongoing crisis.
We'll take a short break here. We have more news coming up. Welcome back. The country's economy has reeled under the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. However, despite the adverse economic conditions, foreign investors have earned double the dividends this year. In the first 9 months of the ongoing fiscal year, foreign investors have repatriated around 26 billion rupees against a much lower investment during the same period. We have more in this report.
It's been 15 months since the global coronavirus pandemic affected Nepal's economic activities as well. Most business activities went to a complete standstill between March till July of 2020 as the country went into a strict lockdown to prevent the spread of coronavirus. By March this year, as the economy struggled to return to normalcy, second wave of the pandemic hit the nation and prohibitory orders were once again in place since 29th of April. However, despite slack economic activities, foreign investors have doubled their dividends this year to 25.92 billion rupees from 12.90 billion rupees last year. Telecommunications company Ncell topped the list of highest foreign earner this year. Reynolds Holdings, that owns Ncell, has repatriated 13.97 billion rupees in the past 9 months of the ongoing fiscal. Likewise, Singapore's Scotcraft, that has invested in Himal Hydropower in Dolakha, has repatriated 2.49 billion rupees. Another investor, Norwegian Bergen Halvens, has repatriated 1.10 billion rupees. On the contrary, foreign investment has been limited this year to 22.43 billion rupees. This is not the first instance where foreign investors took more dividend than they invested. Based on a report released by the central bank last month, foreign investors have been repatriating dividends double the amount invested for the last 3 years. Based on a survey report, Nepal received around 44 billion rupees in foreign direct investment in the Nepalese fiscal year 2073-74. The same year, 84.5 billion rupees was repatriated in dividends. The amount of dividends, experts say, suggests that Nepal is still a virgin land for investment, which should attract more investment. However, they add, due to lack of appropriate policies, foreign investors have remained reluctant.
पछिल्लो चरणमा केही राजनीतिक संक्रमण पनि देखिएको छ। हाम्रो नीतिगत स्पष्टता आफ्ना ठाउँमा छन् र डुइङ बिजनेस इन्डिकेटरहरू अझै पनि लगानी आकर्षित गर्ने खालका छैनन्। यी भइहाले एकद्वार प्रणाली प्रभावकारी हुन सकेको छैन। निकायगत समन्वय अत्यन्त अप्ठ्यारो छ। तर विगतमा आएका उद्योगहरू अहिले सञ्चालनमा चाहिँ राम्रो अवस्थामा छन्। बहुराष्ट्रिय कम्पनीहरूले मार्केट पनि हेर्छन् र उनीहरूले विगतमा कमाएको नाफा लानलाई पनि केही झन्झट छ। तर पछिल्लो चरणमा धेरै सुधार भएको र सञ्चार, सिमेन्ट जस्ता उद्योगहरूमा चाहिँ नाफा पनि प्रशस्त भएको हुनाले नाफा लाँदा ठुलो रकम देखिएको हो।
In our Public Voice segment, we had asked locals in Palpa what should be done to control the spread of coronavirus in rural regions. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice. गाउँ-गाउँमा स्वास्थ्यकर्मी अनि प्रतिनिधिहरू अनि जुन समाजसेवी भनेका मान्छेहरू यिनीहरूले चाहिँ त्यो कोभिडका बिरामीहरू कहाँ छन्, कोभिड लाग्न सक्ने सम्भावना कहाँ छ, भिडभाड त्यस्तोहरू रोक्न पर्छ भन्ने एकदम जरुरी छ।
कोरोनाको स्वाब परीक्षण गर्दाखेरि यसको रिपोर्ट छिटोभन्दा छिटो आइदिनु पर्यो। यसले गर्दा मान्छेहरू चाँडै सुरक्षित हुन सक्थे र बाहिर अरूलाई सर्नबाट पनि रोकिन्थ्यो।
सरकारले पर्याप्त मात्रामा किटहरू पठाउन पर्यो र संक्रमित नागरिकहरूलाई चेक गर्न चाहिँ राम्रो हुन्छ। नत्र भने यो चाहिँ अब हामीसँग जति हुन पर्ने हो पर्याप्त मात्रामा यो किट नभएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि संक्रमित नागरिकहरूलाई जनतालाई चाहिँ अब यो चेक गर्न पनि सकेको छैन।
यसमा यो चेक जाँचको दायरा बढाउनु पर्छ र यो गाउँ-गाउँ बस्ती-बस्तीमा जो अहिले फैलिरहेको छ त्यसलाई एकदमै खोजेर छिटोभन्दा छिटो त्यसको चेक जाँच गर्ने अनि त्यही अनुसारको स्वास्थ्य सुरक्षाहरू अपनाउने त्यस्तो खालको चेतनामूलक कार्यक्रम पनि भइदिए अझै राम्रो हुन्थ्यो।
स्वास्थ्य कर्मीहरू पर्याप्त मात्रामा खटाउने र प्रत्येक स्थानीय तह, टोल समुदायमा मान्छेहरूलाई सचेतना अभिवृद्धि गर्दै सामान्य लक्षणहरू देखिएमा मिल्दाजुल्दा लक्षण देखिएका बिरामीहरूको स्वास्थ्य परीक्षण गर्नु, स्वाब सङ्कलन गरेर कोरोना संक्रमणको परीक्षण गरिनुपर्छ।
तर जिल्ला अस्पतालमा आवश्यक सामग्रीहरूको अभावमा त्यसको नतिजा ढिलाइ भयो। त्यसकारणले सरकारले धेरैभन्दा धेरै किट र आवश्यक सामग्री खरिद गरेर जिल्ला पठाउनु पर्छ। बरु विकास निर्माणको कामलाई बजेटलाई पैसा अहिले नछुट्याएर त्यो किटको निम्ति आवश्यक पैसा छिटोभन्दा छिटो पठाउनु पर्छ।
जनस्तरमा अझै पनि सामान्य नै उनीहरूले ठानेका छन् यो रोगलाई। हामीले धेरै पहल गरेका छौँ। व्यक्तिलाई शङ्का लागेको व्यक्तिलाई हामीले फोन गरेर पनि बोलाएका छौँ।
It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And here's the question: what do you think of a caretaker Prime Minister reshuffling the cabinet? Your options: option A, politics of power equation; option B, riding over processes; and option C, no morality. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And that's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a great day ahead.